Hello, welcome, my people. This is the time of the year. We're just about 3 days to Christmas, and everybody feels happy. And everybody, well, should I say, well, we do feel happy. It's been a trying year all over the world with, Christmas coming in 2021, and we are here to talk about my favorite few places have had Christmas. And if you have had Christmas in somewhere around the world where you think it's amazing, please by all means, drop me a line and share, where you've been. And so I will probably count, let me talk about the 5 main places I have loved to spend Christmas. I would say, which one is number one? It's difficult to say, but I would say one of the best Christmases of my life, I will never forget, and I hope this, and I believe anyway, they still keep it up there, is Sydney, Australia. Sydney, Australia, yes. Sydney, Australia was a fantastic place. It still is, where, at Christmas, because we here in the United Kingdom, we're in the winter time. It's still lovely, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love spending Christmas with my family, but I'm just talking about, foreign places or places I have been to where I just enjoyed my Christmas. It's been this one's been a little bit long time, but for me it was special because apart from seeing Sydney, doing all the wonderful things they do in Sydney during Christmas, it was just wonderful being able to enjoy good quality food in a beautiful hotel, and not even being worrying about cleaning the dishes or cooking, or it was a different kind of Christmas. Don't get me wrong, I love spending and cooking for my family over Christmas. And so moving forward, another place I spend Christmas with my family, I recommend, I love, is the Bellagio in Las Vegas. And I suppose most of the big hotels, Caesar's Palace, some of them that are still there, MGM, they all have beautiful restaurants. And, don't I still taste the desserts in that hotel? It was wonderful. And I personally, I know when people talk about Las Vegas, almost people think of is gambling, and all that kind of thing. No, there's more to Las Vegas than gambling. And we don't even bother with that. And there's so much to do on the Las Vegas Strip as well. I'll be putting in some links in this video just to share some of the images of what Christmas in some of these places I've mentioned could be like, in case you want to try something, different, hopefully, when the world is a bit more flexible in terms of moving around. I loved it, and I'm still looking forward to, after all these restrictions of COVID and all that, to be able to travel back to Las Vegas with my family. And, in that luxury, beautiful hotel rooms, beautiful restaurants, and it's brilliant. You guys are going to enjoy it. To be honest, you will. Another place, I would say, I liked spending Christmas. Okay, well, it depends on how you see it. I mean, another one, I haven't done it in a long time. I used to enjoy it when my parents are passed, when they were alive. Yes, that's, if you're African watching this, you don't understand. I do like it when, unfortunately, security in the part of Africa I came from, which is Nigeria, has been quite compromised, that it doesn't give a lot of people the confidence, to make it back. But I do like Christmas in Nigeria. Yes, it's quite different from how we spend Christmas in Europe or America, but those of you who are Africans will understand. It's a different cup of tea. You come home, the Hamilton depending on what part of Nigeria you come from, but often I would have come into town with my family, with my parents, and spent some time in the city where I grew up, and then 3-4 days to Christmas, we all traveled back to my village. As they call it, village in Africa is somewhat different from village in England, for example. Villages, you Africans watching will understand what I'm talking about. Villages is usually the origins of where someone's parents or grandparents originally came from. And so in my father's villa in the village, it used to be so wonderful with my older siblings and everybody coming back with their families and all that, and cooking together, eating together. And it's just a joy, providing there's love and peace. It can be a beautiful thing when you have a family and everybody comes together and you share food, you share stories, you chat, and you get to see, and people from all over the world coming back and all that kind of thing, and people move freely. I mean, like I said, it's different to Europe. In Europe, which is still a very good thing, it's my culture, my adopted culture. I love it. It's a different kind of thing. Me and my family, and as you will see, it is just having a family kind of closer thing over Christmas, over turkey, over lamb, over beef. In Africa, people are trooping into your home, and I understand. Even some African countries, I've lived in Swaziland, I've lived in, I've visited many African countries, including Botswana, Zimbabwe, Kiribati, quite a few. So if you're from one of those and you want to tell us how Christmas is celebrated in your part of the world, your country, by all means, share that in the comment box. I'd love to know. So Nigeria is definitely one of those lovely places I like to spend Christmas. And of course, the other place I definitely like, visitors from all over the world, after all, they come to London. Yes, our London is a beautiful city. It is a beautiful city because we have some beautiful historical landmarks, and it's a wonderful time where you see a lot of the popular streets like Oxford Street, Piccadilly Circus. Everywhere is beautifully decorated. Everyone, there's cheer in the air. Everyone is having a great time. Yes, I know around this time a lot of things are kind of limited, but I've enjoyed it, and I love having my children home and cooking for my family. It's a different kind of Christmas. I still enjoy it. I love making those beautiful, nice starters, those wonderful main courses. Ooh, and the desserts no one ever gets to finish. Again, it's different. In England, it's different. In the US, it's different. In many parts of the world. Now, the fifth place, it might surprise you. I've enjoyed not just Christmas and New Year. Has been, I've actually, I should have said 6, but I've enjoyed Christmas in Fiji Islands. Yeah, because I've lived in Fiji. And I've also really enjoyed, and surprisingly, because a place like Belgium, will you think about it? Yes. Back in the day before COVID, around Christmas, we would have a tradition of traveling across the channel, to Bruges. It's like a family tradition, so the kids could ice skate and all that kind of thing. But you'll be surprised. Yes, it's Europe, but I did that ages ago, and I kind of quite liked it. But what was more surprising to me in Belgium, I think what kind of flipped me, was more of the way they celebrated New Year, which in a way it's quite exciting, but was a bit frightening, because there were fireworks going on everywhere, people throwing fireworks all over, and you didn't quite know when or where this was coming from. So it's a bit of a surprise one. I don't know, Fiji, Belgium, whichever one, but I'll try and share some images, and I'd like to hear from you where you've been, where you celebrated Christmas. Maybe you could give me a tip of somewhere to go next time, even though my family and I, we keep hoping things will come back a bit to normal, and I'd love to take the children of our family back to Las Vegas and hopefully again to Australia for Christmas, maybe this coming or next year or whatever. But if you have been somewhere more interesting, please by all means share with us, and I'll be more than appreciative, and maybe something new for me to try, and indeed certainly for my family. We do love an adventure as a family. So on that note, it's getting close to Christmas 2021, and get into that. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Okay, my people, you have a wonderful time preparing for your Christmas. I'll see you next time on the next video, and thank you for watching. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share my video with your friends and family, and on this note, I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye. Woo!